You are sitting on the fluffy carpet beside your best friend Myra in her pink colored bedroom. You had come at her place for sleepover. Right now, you both were watching a K drama. Your hair was tied in a messy bun while you both had applied face mask on your cheeks and matching bunny ear headbands were holding your hair back. Ah, Ryan, he's so handsome, she said, looking at the TV screen while clutching her pillow dramatically. Yeah, but don't you think he's too blunt? No guy says line like that in real life. Myra kept pretending to be offended. Hey, excuse me, you are saying guys like him don't exist? You giggled. Okay, okay, fine. Maybe one in a million. Both of you laughed together until Myra leaned closer, squinting at your face. Wait, Ryan, your skin, it is glowing. Which face mask are you using these days? You touch your cheek. Oh, it is a rice mask. My sister brought it from a skincare store yesterday. Ah, that's why. I knew there was something different. I need to buy that too. You don't need to buy. I will give you mine. She bought a lot. Ah, bestie, you're so good. Hey, wait, I also bought something for you. No, for both of us. Yesterday I went to a mall with Opa. Wait, let me show what I got. She said, jumping down the bed. You frowned. She opened her wardrobe and pulled out a neatly folded pajama set. Ta-da! She said, holding them up proudly. You widened your eyes. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Are those cartoon bears? I also wanted to buy this. She nodded excitedly. Yep, I saw them and thought of us. I got one for me and one for you. Let's wear it now. What? Right now? Of course, it is a sleepover. She said, placing one set on the bed while holding her. She ran to the other side of the room. You sighed. Okay, fine, you go first. She nodded and quickly changed into hers behind while you kept your eyes glued to the TV to drive privacy. When she came back twirling around, the pajama set was fitting her perfectly. Wow, you look so cute. Thanks, bestie. Now it is your turn. You stood up slowly and grabbing the pajama set, you looked around as if someone could walk in. Don't peek, okay? Hey! The door opened suddenly, your eyes widened as the familiar male voice started but then stopped. Hey Myra, your pizza Well, the guy was Mingue, Myra's elder brother. Cocky guy who loved teasing you every chance he got. His messy hair was falling over his forehead and his eyes were widened. You glared at him with your cheeks burning. You, don't you have manners? Can't you come after knocking at the door? He leaned against the door frame with that lazy smirk you hated all the time. Wow, don't know angel stayed over at my house. Myra threw a pillow at you. Oh, Pa, at least knock before coming in. And weren't you spending tonight at your friend's house? Then what are you doing here? He fixed his collar, still staring at your red face. Ah, that's a long story. Those brat ditched me. I mean, how would I know she was there? Wow, Wine, I must say you are really beautiful. You groan, rolling your eyes. Shut up, Mingyu. He stepped inside, pretending to look innocent. Ah, I'm just being honest. You glared at him with your nose flaring. Get out before I hit you with my slippers. You weren't pointing at him. Well, I won't mind if you. Before he could say further, Myra interrupted him. Opa, seriously, stop it. Why did you even came here? He blinked as he remembered something. Oh yeah, I had come to inform that your pizzas are delivered. Come and pay. The rider is waiting outside. Myra frowned. Opa, you can pay, can't you? How can you ask us to pay, hmm? He rolled his eyes before looking at her. Excuse me, you ordered it, and where is it written that a guy always pays for girls? My dad doesn't run factories, okay? So pay yourself. Seeing them both fighting like kids, you sighed and went to the other side of the bed where your clutch was laid. Grabbing it, you walked past Mingu with a glare. It is fine, bestie, I will go pay. With that, you walked out, whistled fake pouting. Myra stood up and walked closer to him. He's of no use. Mingu didn't seem to care and followed you both behind. As you reached the main door, you saw the pizza delivery guy waiting at the door. You handed him the cash politely and took the pizzas, thanking him before closing the door. When you turned around, you saw Myra pouring cold drink into a glass while Mingu was sitting on the sofa beside him, smirking and looking at you. He grinned. Nothing, just wondering if you would like to share a slice with me. You rolled your eyes before sitting on the couch beside him. Ah, the pizza smelled too delicious. Maybe it is because of your beautiful company. Myra groaned. Opa, please. However, what you didn't know was that in your sister's house, someone also had found out about the little evening at Myra's home. It was Jungkook, your sister's brother in law. Actually, you had come to stay at your sister's house after your parents left for a business trip, and tonight you had insisted her that she give you permission for a sleepover at Myra's house. First, she didn't agree, but you somehow convinced her, but only she knew you were at your bestie's house for sleepover. But now Jungkook also got to know about it while he was sitting on his bed scrolling through his phone. His eyes caught your recent post in which you were sitting at Myra's house and eating pizza. Mingue was also shown in the background with a victory pose and a slice of pizza between his teeth. Jungkook's blood boiled while he clutched the mobile phone tighter with his tattooed hands. He knew Myra's brother. He had seen him before. So she went to her bestie's house without informing me. Impressive. Smirking sarcastically to himself, he stood up and grabbing his car keys, he looked at the wall clock, which was striking 10:43 p.m. before walking out. Meanwhile, back in Myra's house, you were laying on your stomach on the couch beside Myra while Mingy was still eating leftover pizza. Suddenly, ding dong. You all froze. Myra blinked. Huh? Who could be at this hour? Hey Mingyu, did you order something? Ha, if I had ordered something, why would I have been eating your leftover pizza like a beggar? He said without looking up as he was too busy eating pizza. You sat rolling your eyes. Myra tried to stand up, but you stopped her. Wait, I will open it. You stood up, but Myra held your hand and made you sit back, saying, You sit, bestie, I will open it. She wore her slippers and went to open the door. As she opened the door, she saw Jungkook, her eyes widened. Jungkook, you here? Hello, is Ryan here? He said politely. Her mouth opened slightly. Oh, yeah, she's in the living room, but thanks. He didn't wait for her to finish. He walked inside. Myra blinked in confusion, mumbling, Why did he come here? She closed the door and walked behind him. You heard the footsteps. You thought it was Myra. Who was at the door, Myra? You looked up while speaking out, but the moment your eyes landed on Jungkook, your breath hitched in your throat. His dark eyes were fixed on you, shocked face. His jaw clenched, and his voice came out quietly. So this is where you have been. You blinked. What what are you doing here? He didn't answer right away. He walked closer. Then he tilted his head towards Mingyu, who was sipping cold drink. His own ASMR is going on. Jungkook scoffed. Hey, why you came here? Your Minji only asked me to pick you up. You frowned. But I told her I would stay with Myra for a day. His voice dropped on active. I don't know. She just requested me to pick you up. Before you could respond, Myra peeked in confused. Is everything okay? Jungkook reddened slightly. Sorry for coming unannounced. Myra blinked. Oh, okay. But it is already too late. Let's go. You said, and hugging Myra, you said with a sad pout, I think it is urgent, or else Oni never call me like this. I understand, bestie. You smiled and followed Jungkook outside. You sat in the car beside him. The ride home was quite too quiet. Your arms were folded tightly over your chest, and you were trying not to look at him. There was a pin drop silence in the car until Jungkook decided to speak up. Why did you even want a sleepover, huh? You blink and turn to him. What is wrong with that? She's my best friend, Jungkook. He glanced at you briefly. You should stay home. Your parents didn't allow you to go sleep at your friend's house. You scoffed, crossing your arms tighter. You are not my dad, so stop behaving like him. I have grown up, okay, and I don't need a guardian. Jungkook lips parted as if he wanted to say something, but instead he sighed softly and looked straight ahead again. You rolled your eyes. By the time you reached home, you were ready to slam the car door, but you didn't, as it was his new Bentley. You let out a small sigh and stepped out. As you reached the living room, you saw your sister Minji. She was standing by the stove while humming softly. She was wearing a loose apron and stirring the pot. You walked in. Hey Oni, why did you send Jungkook to pick me up? I told him I was having a sleepover. She looked at you and gave you a confused look. What? No, I didn't send him. You blinked. What? But he said you called me home. Minji frowned. No, I didn't tell him anything. You frowned and turned your head slowly to look at Jungkook, who was standing by the door. He was leaning against the frame with a small smirk. He met your gaze for a moment, and without saying a word, he walked upstairs. Your cheeks burned. You could feel your heartbeat in your ears. So he came there himself. You turned back towards Minji while trying to act calm, but your voice was giving you away. I'll be in the room, you mumbled, escaping upstairs. Reaching your bedroom, you threw yourself on your bed, burying your face into your pillow. Aish, why did he come there? But no matter how hard you tried to ignore it, your thoughts wouldn't stop circling back to the same thing. He came for you, not because someone told him, not because it was a responsibility. He came because he wanted to. After a few minutes of rolling restlessly on your bed, you sat up suddenly. I need to ask him why. Without thinking twice, you slipped out of your room and walked down the hall towards Jungkook's door. The corridor was dim and quiet. You hesitated for a moment before gently pushing his door open. Ah, Jungkook! You called softly, but there was no answer. You frowned and stepped inside. The room was clean and simple, black curtains, a neatly made bed, a shelf full of books, but there was no sign of him. You frowned and took another step, scanning the room. Where did he go? You murmured and then clicked. The door behind you shut suddenly, making you flinch. You turned around instantly. It was Jungkook standing. Wyan, it is not really nice to sneak into someone's room, you know, he whispered. You blinked caught off guard. I was not sneaking in. I just came to know why you lied to me. You stammered, your cheeks were heating up. Lied? Yes, you told me Oni asked you to pick me up, but she didn't. He stopped right in front of you. His head made you instinctively step back. Oh, so you came all the way here to ask that? He asked quietly. A small smirk was tugging at his lips. You nodded, frowning. Yes, because I don't like being lied to. Jungkook tilted his head slightly. His eyes were never leaving yours. Then he leaned forward. I came because I didn't want you to sleep in someone else's house. You gulped down. He took a step forward. He stared at you with his dark, intense eyes. Your heartbeat raced. You should just stay home, okay? he said in his deep, husky voice. Your breath started to get uneven for a second. There was nothing but silence. Then Jungkook sighed and walked towards his desk and grabbing his water bottle. He took a sip, still glancing at you from the corner of his eye. You should go to sleep. It is late. You quickly nodded with red burning cheeks and ran out. As you disappeared, he ran a hand through his hair. The next morning, you yawned by stretching your arms before heading downstairs in your soft hoodie and slippers. You went directly into the kitchen. Your eyes widened the moment you saw your sister talking to Mingyu, who was sitting on the counter stool. You blinked surprised. Mingyu, what are you doing here this early? He turned with a grin that could melt chocolate. Hey, good morning, sleeping beauty. I brought these pancakes for you. Your sister smiled, looking at both of you. I will leave you to talk then. She winked playfully at you and disappeared into her room. You sighed and sat on the counter chair beside him, folding your arms. You didn't have to come all the way here just for that. He shrugged, sliding a plate towards you. I wanted to, sweetie. You smiled lightly. You were hungry, so you grabbed the fork and dropping a little more chocolate syrup, you began eating the pancakes. As you took your first bite, Mingyu leaned closer. You know, even when you just wake up, you look beautiful. You rolled your eyes while chewing the bite. Shut up, let me eat peacefully. He laughed. You think I am joking, but I am serious. You are the type of person who doesn't need makeup or fancy clothes to look amazing. It's like I am the moon and you are the light I orbit around. You nearly choked on your pancake. Aish, that's the cheesiest thing I have ever heard. He chuckled, but that doesn't make it less true. You groaned, taking another bite. Suddenly, you heard the deep, husky voice from behind. It was Jungkook. He had just come downstairs wearing a plain black t-shirt and sweatpants. He was smiling to himself, but his expression changed the moment he saw you sitting with Mingyu and laughing softly, his jaw clenched. Without saying a single word, he walked straight past both of you and out the front door. You froze for a moment watching him leave. Your fork was still halfway to your mouth. Mingyu frowned, seeing him disappearing. What is his problem? He seems so cold. I don't know, but deep down you could almost feel the reason. After a few minutes of his light-hearted teasing, Mingyu finally stood up and left. In the evening, you were in your oversized t-shirt, your hair was tied up, and the loud music was blasting from your speaker while you were jumping on the bed. Meanwhile, Jungkook was sitting in his study room. Papers were scattered across the desk. He was trying to focus, but your music kept seeking through the door, drowning the thoughts. Finally, he stood up with a low sigh and walked. As he reached your bedroom, he opened the door to see you dancing crazily. His heartbeat raced, but then he quickly maintained his cold composure. Turn it down. You looked at him with wide smile and shook your head playfully. No, I won't. He stepped inside while slipping his hand into his pant pocket. I said slow down the music, Ryan. I am working. You shook your head with a pout. Jungkook scoffed. You are testing my patience. First tell me you got jealous when you saw Mingyu. Jungkook poked his inner cheek, staring directly into your eyes. Don't be quiet. Admit it. You are just jealous because I was with Mingyu this morning. His eyes narrowed. When I said stop it, you grinned and said in a teasing voice, it is not that difficult. Say it. You are jealous. That's why you left without your potato face. His jaw clenched. He reached for the speaker and you darted to the other side of the bed to grab it fast. He climbed on the bed, but just as he lunged forward, his foot slipped on the blanket. The next second, you both were fallen on the bed. You could hear his heartbeat, or maybe it was yours, echoing in the silence. You both looked into each other's eyes while your hearts were racing. After a while, I like you, Mayan. You get that? He whispered and slowly stood up. Jungkook chuckled. After a week, you both had started dating each other. Today, Jungkook dropped you at Myra's house. Before you got out of the car, he leaned slightly closer and said, "Don't get too frank with her brother." You insisted, "That's why I am dropping you." You from trying to hide your smile, jealous much? Just don't test me. You giggled softly and got out. As soon as you entered the house. You saw Mingue. Are you mad? He smiled completely unbothered. You came after a week. I miss you, beautiful. You rolled your eyes and ignored him and walked straight to Myra, who was arranging snacks on the table. "Hey, long time," you greeted her. You both started talking when Mingyu said and started tossing flirty comments again. "Hey, Ryan, you look prettier every time I see you." You said under your breath, but Mingyu kept irritating you. Just then, a notification appeared on your mobile screen. It was a message from Jungkook. Your eyes brightened up. He had texted, "Hey, princess, how are you doing?" You smiled, blushing, and texted back, "Cookie, yeah, please come. I can't tolerate Mingyu anymore." "Coming." Within a second, he replied. A few minutes later, the doorbell rang. Mingyu stood up and lazily walked to open it, and then he froze, seeing Jungkook. Glaring at Mingyu, he stepped inside while Mingyu followed him. As soon as he saw you, a smile appeared on his lips. Everyone's eyes widened. Myra gasped in surprise while Mingyu jaw dropped. "I missed you." You blinked speechless. Myra's expression slowly turned into a grin. "Wait, you two?" You noticed shyly your cheeks were burning. Jungkook looked at you and then turned to Mingyu. "Yeah." Mingyu looked away, pretending to be cool. Jungkook chuckled softly, then glanced at you again. His eyes softened. "Let's go home, princess." You nodded quietly with your cheeks burning hard. As you both sat in the car, you turned to him. "What was that?" He smirked and stopping the car, he turned to you. "I told them that you are mine," he whispered. Your cheeks turned more red and all of a sudden your eyes widened.